Shooting off fireworks in LeRoy could cost more after the city upped its fines against those who spark up illegally. Fireworks illegal under state law and LeRoy's ordinances unless they're operated by a licensed professional with proper permits. LeRoy City Council approved an increase in the ordinance fine from a few $100s to $750 per offense. Wow. LeRoy police said in a Facebook post anything shooting up into the sky or exploding is illegal. So things like sparklers, confetti poppers, and smoke bombs are okay to stock up on for the 4th.